Today on Studio G, 7 infants were found dead in a Utah home garage. The bizarre details of this story later.
Washington has a new addition. A 7-ton T-Rex fossil was brought to the Natural History Museum yesterday.
Online security isn't so secure. The flaw, known as the Heartbleed Bug, allows hackers to steal people's personal information.
And Nevada's council members are weighing the pros and cons of opening up marijuana dispensaries in Las Vegas. Studio G starts right now.
Welcome to this edition of Studio G. I'm Valerie Mercenier.
And I'm Kelby Weiler.
Military dive teams are looking for more than 300 people after a ferry that was going to a South Korean island sank early this morning. Officials said that 4 people are dead and 164 have been rescued. The ferry sank quickly, but no details about what caused it to sink were released. The majority of those on board were high school students and teachers.
A man is in custody after wearing no shoes and screaming during the Boston Marathon ceremony yesterday. As he was taken into custody, police found 2 unattended backpacks near the finish line. Officials took the threat seriously and the bomb squad retrieved both backpacks later. The man admitted to officers that one backpack had a rice cooker full of confetti and the other one had camera equipment.
Moving on to other news, a Utah woman is accused of killing at least 6 of her infant children over a 10-year period. Authorities say Megan Huntsman stored their bodies in the garage of her home. 7 bodies were found, but she's accused of killing 6. Police say she told them all but 1 was born alive. The neighbor of Huntsman's boyfriend is in complete shock.
You would never in a million years think that something like this could happen. She's been in my house watching my kids, watching my nephew numerous times. Really nice. I mean, she made cookies for all the kids. I read it and I was done. I couldn't do it no more. I was like, wow, I couldn't understand or believe what I just saw. You would never think that it could happen in your own neighborhood, and then when it does, it's like, whoa.
Huntsman moved out of the house in 2011. It belonged to the family of her estranged husband. When family members visited the home to clean out the garage, they found a suspicious package with a bad odor. This led to a full-scale search, and police found the remains of the 7 dead babies. 29-year-old Huntsman was booked into the Utah County Jail. The judge set her bail at $6 million. Prosecutors say she admitted to killing them shortly after they were born. Nobody has come forward yet saying they were suspicious of Huntsman before the discovery. State workers are still using the case as a reason for action.
Yesterday was a big day for the National Museum of Natural History. Its newest visitor, a fossilized T-Rex. Smithsonian officials are calling it the nation's T-Rex. Packed into 16 crates, this 7-ton animal was shipped from Montana to Washington last Friday.
T-Rex to the nation's capital, where it can educate and inspire future generations.
The T-Rex was discovered by a Montana farmer near Fort Peck Reservoir in 1988. The fossils are currently owned by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
And it lay in the ground, much as it had died on the shores of a stream in Montana just over 66 million years ago.
It is on loan to the Natural History Museum for 50 years and will stand as the centerpiece of the museum's dinosaur hall. The hall will be closing on April 28th for a 5-year, $48 million makeover in order to make room for its newest addition. For the next 6 months, the bones will be laid out in the Rex Room, where visitors can watch museum officials unpack and examine the 3D skeleton.
Recently, a flaw in online security that allows hackers to steal people's personal information from secure websites was discovered. The flaw, known as the Heartbleed Bug, has computer experts concerned about vulnerable websites. Reporter Alvin Loy asked UNLV students what they had to say about the situation.
I feel like it's a catastrophe. It's probably one of the biggest leaks that's ever happened on the internet.
I think that's kind of sketchy, having your information all out there and possibility of them hacking into your accounts and stuff. That's not something I would want.
With vulnerabilities in online security revealed with the Heartbleed Bug, UNLV students are taking more precautions.
I have frequently used those websites where I'm adding an S to the HTTPS so that I'm assuming that it's much safer. And because it's not, I think that, I know it's going to limit my ability to be able to frequently use some websites because I'm not going to trust that they're safe.
I also have these surveillance, the internet. It's like a LifeLock pretty much. That's makes me feel better, more secure, and I know if something happens, if somebody tries to use my identity, I'll get an alarm.
The Heartbleed Bug changes some UNLV students' online activity.
I think I would just be a little bit more cautious, but I wouldn't go online shopping because I feel like that's like the #1 way to have all your information out there. But I think I'd lessen my activity.
Because banking issues, things of that nature, I don't want my information to be compromised in any kind of way. So I think that, allowing myself to walk to the bank versus doing online banking would be much easier.
For Studio G, I'm Alvin Loy.
Computer experts have advised people to wait until websites have confirmed that the flaw is fixed and then to change their passwords.
Up next, gas prices are rising once again.
And council members are divided on the topic of medical marijuana. Stay tuned, Studio G will be right back.
We're 3 Ps in a pod. Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez. We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now. Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff. I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward most of the time. I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby. And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
I'm Christian FGY.
Kaylin Hype. And I'm Jay Luna.
And we're Ill Vibe here.
It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so both.
On KUNV-HD2, Las Vegas.
I want this place to be a place that they feel safe, it's secure, a place where they get inspired. So many times we kind of get complacent in our everyday life, transforming lives in the community from the inside out. I've been in fitness my whole life, but now tying that in now in my spiritual walk, it's been just amazing. Some people may want to run a marathon. Some may want to just get off their asthma inhaler. Exercising and moving our bodies, I think it's, you know, we say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Las Vegas is moving towards legalizing medical marijuana, but not everyone's on board. Reporter Fabiola Marzano has the story.
Makes me more protected.
Dry is the name this marijuana smoker wants to use to protect his identity. For several years, Dry has taken marijuana illegally to stop his body pain, stomachache, and headaches.
I'm going to try it.
City Council Bob Coffin is a supporter of medical marijuana, but also says he needs it for his back pain.
Because right now I use painkillers to subdue the pain in my back. But those are addictive, highly addictive, and they're damaging to the liver. And I would prefer to be using something that wasn't so destructive to my body.
Not only medical marijuana will help with Coffin's back, but Dr. Andraki says it would help with glaucoma, chemotherapy, and other illnesses. Yet with symptoms such as pain, anxiety, and eating disorders, Dr. Andraki says it needs further studies to determine whether this drug is benefiting patients.
We look for proof. We look for clinical studies. The studies have not been done for medical marijuana, unfortunately.
According to City Councilman Bob Coffin, 70% have voted towards medical marijuana. But the bill is put on hold and dispensaries cannot move forward until they have an answer sometime this fall. City Council Starvos Anthony spoke to Studio G last week. He feels medical marijuana is not for Las Vegas.
I can't in good conscience vote to approve something that is supposedly medicine that is not medicine. It's actually dangerous. And part of it has to do with my police background, law enforcement in 29 years, and I've just seen marijuana just destroy people's families.
But as for Dry, he's hoping medical marijuana can be legalized in Las Vegas.
And you think the marijuana is something that's really gonna go somewhere?
Yes, because the plant is just natural and then it's not tainted with other chemicals.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Fabiola Marzano.
Decisions still must be made about whether the dispensary should be allowed near residential areas or if they must be restricted to industrial areas. The extension is set for September 15th.
Summer brings a time for family fun and road trips, but if you're expecting to hit the road, you might want to double check your wallet as gas prices are on the rise again. Reporter Trinae Williams has the story.
GasBuddy recently reported gas prices increased 6.3 cents last week. Here in Las Vegas, students like Gino are greatly affected.
It will really affect me because I pay for gas maybe about twice a week, so 15 cents is a lot to say.
The average cost of a gallon of gas was at $3.60, a penny more than the national average and 14.6 more than last month. Nationally, the price was 9.2 cents higher than last month and 7.2 cents higher than last year.
When I get my paycheck, it kind of sucks when most of my percentage just goes to my car and go to gas.
As summer approaches, residents in the Las Vegas Valley are not bothered by the increase in gas prices.
What can we do? We have to pay anyways. Same, we have to spend the gas.
I'm originally from Alaska, so I'm used to spending $6-7 a gallon. So gas prices up there, that bothers me.
Several factors that contribute to the increase. One reason is because producing summer gasoline is more expensive. Drivers have no choice. Their vehicle is their only transportation to get around. From Studio G, I'm Trinae Williams.
According to officials, the national gas prices should average about $3.52 from April to September, but that's still lower than the same period last year. With all this talk about weather and everything, I wanted to really take road trips because of how the weather's looking nice, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
Yeah, it's going to get pretty expensive. I was planning a trip to Seattle, but
good luck with that.
Yeah,
with
that's
gas
gonna be
prices
a bit too
going
far.
up, and that's like a 9-hour drive.
Yeah, I'd rather not be broke after a simple little road trip. But if you're planning a road trip to California, I will be right back telling you all about the weather. Stay tuned.
Participation in Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other. With benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
We are volunteers of Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada.
Only place where you're going to hear these stories, the stories that count, that Combox Radio refuses to cover. My show is The King Louie Show, so, no one really wants to hear about the last bombing that happened in Baghdad. So we do the stories that matter, like K-Rev having a seizure at mid-court, or fast-paced show with lots of fast-paced music, especially punk rock, and stories that hit hard. King Louie here, host of The King Louie Show on the Rebel HD2, and I am here every Friday noon to 2.
Welcome back for the break. I'm Ron Paul Gavino. Now, if you haven't gone outside yet, you really have to. Clear skies, beautiful weather. We're sitting right now at 78 degrees. It's so nice, I'm telling you, you have to get out there before the summer hits. Now, if you take a look, our high right now is going to be 78. We're looking at our lows for about 59. And as you can see, our record high was 95 this year, back in 1989. Now, around this time, it starts getting really, really hot. So a nice break from this is what we need right now in Vegas. Now, if you're looking over here, we have a cold front coming in from the west. So you can see Las Vegas and everything down south is looking very clear, very sunny. But up north, as you can see, it's very, very cloudy. As you can see, here's the cold front I was talking to you about. It's moving in all the way down, but as you can see down here, where it's all green, all the way up the east coast, it's completely clear and everything's looking very pretty. As you can see, we're sitting about the 50s, 40s up north, but like I said, on the east coast, very sunny, very nice. Now, if we're looking at our extended forecast, as you can see today, we're sitting at around early 80s, and then we jump up to 88 tomorrow. As we move through the week, you see that we go like the late 80s, and then we drop back down to 79 on Wednesday. Now, that is all I have for you on weather today. I'm Ron Fulgimino. Let's go back to the desk.
Last night, students took part in a prestigious ceremony, and no, it wasn't graduation. Reporter Elena Ledbetter attended the initiation ceremony and spoke with the participants. Today, she brings us a story from one special student.
I'm really excited. It's great.
Hard work eventually pays off, and that's true for Nicole Crisp, a graduating senior attending Phi Kappa Phi's Honor Society initiation ceremony last night.
It makes me feel that all the hard work that I've put into getting my degree over the last 4 years, actually getting both of my degrees over the last 4 years, has really been worth it, and that it's nice to be recognized.
Nicole almost has 2 degrees under her belt, history and anthropology. She has wanted to be a part of an honor society and is extremely grateful to be in this one.
It's the most prestigious, in my opinion, of just, they're so rigorous in who they accept and who they don't accept, that I really felt like I was joining a really elite group of scholars.
Phi Kappa Phi initiates the top 7 to 10% of upperclassmen, as well as graduate students, alumni, and faculty and staff at universities across the country. UNLV's Chapter 100 initiated collectively over 50 juniors and seniors this year. Every new member made the president of the society, Joe Aldridge, proud.
I'm extremely proud. They're motivated, they're energetic, they're ready to go.
Nicole and the rest of the new members walked away with a certificate recognizing their initiation and medals and cords to wear on graduation.
I was awarded the Maxon Scholarship for the Outstanding Graduating Senior.
But Nicole wasn't the only one recognized at the ceremony. Junior Kevin Tamadafar took home a certificate for having the highest GPA, a 4.0. Nicole hopes this initiation and recognition will help her pursue her future dreams.
The dream now is I really want to be a professor and teach at the college level, maybe even come back to UNLV.
With her scholarship and experience in hand, she's got a head start to fulfilling her desires. Reporting for Studio G, I'm Elena Ledbetter.
Nicole will be attending George Washington University in the fall, pursuing her master's degree. To find out more information on the Honor Society and how to become involved, you can check out their website at phikappaphi.org. Up next, Shelley sits down with Crom Fallon from the Astairs. Shelley?
That's right, Kobe. I'm joined with Crom Fallon, and he's the front man of the Astairs. And he's here today. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me about your band, the Astairs. How did you come up with it? Like, how did you get into music?
Originally, I was in a band called Acton Town, and that kind of like faded out. So I formed the Astairs. It's funny, actually, the drummer of the band was your weatherman, Mr. Ron, and I got a lot of funny stories about him, but that's for another day. But yeah, so basically, I just formed the Astairs to get, you know, all my influences into one band.
And how did you get into music? And I know you're a UNLV student here as well.
Yeah, well, my dad and my mom were both in bands throughout the 80s, so I basically like grew up with like psychedelic rock and like everything like that.
So what's your major here at UNLV?
I'm doing the journalism IMC track, so I'm trying to get into PR, kind of do like a band PR thing, and just hoping to get my degree pretty soon.
Okay, so do you believe that your band's gonna, you know, like continue on and be famous, be on MTV someday?
I don't know
do you
about
see that?
That extent, but we are touring over summer, and we're talking to a few record labels at this point, see if we can get more tours, hopefully doing South by Southwest next year, so just see what happens right now.
And is your band mainly consisted of UNLV students? Are they your friends? Like, how did you guys meet up and just say, hey, let's do a band?
Basically all the members right now in the Astairs are, they were all in other bands beforehand, and their bands faded out. And well, my drummer graduated from UNLV, and basically I was like, well, you guys aren't doing anything, come join my band. So that's how it happened, and we all like click well musically and everything, so it worked.
So you're a front man for Astairs. Tell me about that, because not a lot of people know what a front man is.
I basically write most of the songs. I play guitar and sing almost all of them. My other guitarist, Dakota, he's singing some of them, writing some of them too. But yeah, some of the songs that we're doing for the band I've had for like years. I've been just playing nonstop. So, yeah.
And how long have you been into music?
I've been in music all my life. Like since I was born, I've just been listening to like everything. Like lots of 60s rock from like pretty much everything, yeah.
And when and how did the band start?
Well, the Astairs started like I said, when the band dissolved, and basically just morphed into something so much bigger than what I had before. And then I had members like drop. Ron Paul, he left the band, nice. But yeah, so basically just members dropped, and I had to reform the whole band. So I just got my collective that's now the Astairs.
And what does Astairs mean? How did you come up with that name?
It's just a last name, and I thought, hey, this would be cool. It works. Maybe I'll change my last name one day to Astaire if it works out. So we'll see.
That's really cool. And what kind of like music do you play?
I would play like 60s garage rock, like psychedelic stuff, like very like the Who influence, like the Kings, the Seeds, the Dandy Warhols, all that kind of stuff.
And do you have any events coming up that people can go and watch and support you guys?
Yeah, actually we're playing here at UNLV on Friday, this Relay for Life thing. I honestly have no idea like what it's about or anything, but we're playing at 11 o'clock on the field.
Okay, well, thank you for being here, and hopefully everyone can go to that Relay for Life event and watch the Astairs. We'll be right back after this break.
We're 3 Ps in a pod.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez.
We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now.
Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff.
I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward.
This is a really casual show.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Toby.
And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
I'm Christian FGY.
Kaylin Height.
And I'm Jay Luna.
And we're Ill Vibe Theory. It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV,
where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so both.
On KUNV-HD2, Las Vegas. Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez.
We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now.
Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff.
I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward.
This is a really casual show.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Toby.
And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
Prom is looming in on high school students in the Valley, but while many scramble to find the perfect dress or rent out that tuxedo, some got the chance of a lifetime to get their prom outfits free of charge. Reporter Daphne Barreto gives us the story.
It was a great weekend for high school students in Las Vegas looking to find prom attire without the expensive prices.
It's all about Project 150.
The organization Project 150 held their Free Teen Shopping Day event at the East Las Vegas Community Center on Saturday. Students from all over the valley gathered for this rare opportunity.
I got a few outfits, they're really nice, and I got some pretty dresses, so it's cool.
Oh, it feels great. It really does. I mean, free things, you don't have to spend your money on anything else, and you got free clothes just out here like it's just out here.
With the help of businesses and community leaders, Project 150 has been able to help the overwhelming number of homeless teens in Las Vegas. The organization hopes to provide the support needed for high school students to graduate and be successful in life.
Really fun, you know, it's fun to go and help everyone here. It's something different than a lot of the other volunteer things. I mean, it's not just giving people stuff, it's kind of giving them a store experience. It's fun.
It's a great community outreach, helping a lot of students be able to go to prom.
This is helping parents with low income that can't provide all this to their kids. I think that it's great they are donating all this. It's my first time here. My daughter told me about it, but I didn't believe her.
Thanks to Project 150, more students have the chance to enjoy their prom experience. From Studio G, I'm Daphne Barreto.
If you happen to miss this month's event, don't freak out just yet. Project 150 will be hosting another free teen shopping day on Saturday, September 6th.
Does your toddler seem overly fussy and have trouble calming him or herself? It can be stressful, especially for new parents. Reporter Carl Azuz has more in today's Health Minute.
Fussy toddlers tend to watch more television and videos than kids who are less irritable, according to a new study in the journal Pediatrics. Researchers found that 2-year-olds who had more trouble calming down, soothing themselves, going to sleep, or waiting for food or toys watched about 9 minutes more TV a day than other little ones. This age group watched about 2.3 hours of media a day. The study authors don't know whether children watched more TV because they were fussy and their parents used media as a distraction, or if too much viewing time got in the way of a child's ability to learn how to soothe him or herself and settle down when fussy. And though this added 9 minutes is a small increase, researchers say watching too much television can lead to problems down the road. Other studies have shown that excessive media watching before age 2 or 3 is linked to language and learning delays and problems in school. Young children learn best when interacting and playing with others, say experts. In moderation, however, watching educational programming with your young child may offer parents some needed relief from the stresses of family life, researchers say. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that children under age 2 avoid screen time altogether. For today's Health Minute, I'm Carl Azuz.
New research says flopping your child in front of the TV may not be a good solution.
I'm sorry, but real quick, can I just ask who thinks that plopping a child in front of the TV, just leaving them there, would be a good idea?
I mean, my nephew, though, when that kid's fussy, just give him the iPad. He'll entertain himself for hours.
I mean, but that works for me, you know? Like, if I'd be entertained with an iPad.
Hey, what are you talking? You know you play video games
Exactly,
for
that's
hours.
what I'm saying. So.
Okay, so if you'd be entertained, do you think a child would be entertained?
Okay, fine.
Yes.
True enough. But what about those prom dresses? Did you guys happen to go to prom at all?
I didn't go to prom. It wasn't really a big deal at my school. What about you, Kelby?
I went to a Christian school, so we technically didn't have prom. We had like a homecoming junior senior ball thing. What about you?
Well, my prom dress was really pretty. It was, no, I'm kidding. Honestly, I didn't, and I kind of regret it. Me and my girlfriend met in high school, and so we're like, why didn't we ask each other to prom and stuff?
Why didn't you ask her?
Because, I don't know, I was poor. I don't know.
You know Ron would have showed up with 2 dates.
I'm gonna make it up now. But thank you so much for tuning in. That's all we have today. I'm Ron Paul Gavino.
I'm Kelby Weiler.
And I'm Valerie Mercenier. Tune in next week for another edition of Studio G. Have a great day, Las Vegas.